Hey there, Jared Jones. December 7th, 2016. Want to give you a housing market watch update for the month of December, mainly covering Central Florida. Some national headlines that we are seeing right now are that Zillow came out recently and said just a couple weeks ago that they see the entire housing market shifting completely buyer favored in the months ahead. We're noticing a lot of different trends on builders slowing down, which is a sign that their outlook in the future is changing. Okay, I'm not going to say too much on that. And then some of the key area marketplaces that we watch in the U.S. are showing signs of quote-unquote cooling where they were formerly sizzling. Okay, so I'm starting that off to give you just some national updates. I'm not actually going to cover that today. I will in another video, but I want to go ahead and give you some symptoms and changes that are going on in the marketplace so you can know what's going on, talk intelligently, and be informed with your buying process. Okay, so here we go. With regards to Orlando is obviously pretty strong for winter months in general, okay, metro area of Orlando. It is obviously on a slide trend since summertime. Since midsummer, it's in a softening pattern, right? You can see that. But it is still holding its higher end compared to the rest of the marketplace. Claremont, obviously it's boomeranging, right? It's a U-shape. So started off low and it's coming right back home where it was before. Literally 5 points of separation from the beginning of the year. That means buyers. You're buying in Claremont, you're going to have a little bit more control, a little bit more bargaining power, okay? Unless you try to buy on the upswing, if there is an upswing like we saw last spring, you will get hurt. Not hurt, but you're just going to feel the pressure of competition and throwing elbows and things of that nature. Someone asked me after the last update to do Mineola. Mineola's right outside of Claremont. You see this ski slope kind of run up, and then obviously it's coming right back to where it was. Windermere is seeing a steady kind of gradual incline, which is interesting because if you look at Windermere over a long-term graph, it stays pretty flat historically with these weird bounces because it has high-end marketplace sales in it. Kissimmee, I want you to watch the affordable, what we consider maybe the affordable suburb outlier marketplaces. Kissimmee, check this out, steady incline, right? Now it's got sort of a simmering look in the last 3.5, 4 months where it's like, it's just, if you look and you were to hide this part of the graph, it's obviously flatlining in Kissimmee. St. Cloud actually is inverting, right? So it's actually was kind of down in the middle of summer. People had to negotiate to sell their house. Apopka, remember I talked about Kissimmee with being one of those affordable outlier markets. Apopka, obviously, I would think is probably still aggressive because the pricing there statistically is such a lower average. Longwood is interesting. Longwood is down off of its highs. Buyers in Longwood have probably control in certain areas of the market. That does not consider the entire place. The neighboring Altamont Springs, climb, going down after a nice solid steady run through the summertime. Davenport, a little bit bumpy there, going up, going back down, still holding 11, almost 12% appreciation rate over the past year. Lake Mary Heathrow area, same kind of out of area ski slope kind of look, and then it's going right back down to where it was at the beginning of the year. Funny, so Ocoee looks the exact same. Sanford looks the exact same. Oviedo doing a little bit of a holding its own, looks more like Windermere where it's got on a kind of a still holding its momentum. Deltona, look familiar? Looks like Apopka and Kissimmee, doesn't it? This sloping increase where it's an outlying area holding its own, showing a 26% appreciation rate over the previous year because people need affordability, okay? So people that are okay driving from Orlando to Deltona every day watched as housing prices went from 110, 115, 120. Now they're at 145, still looking like a bargain, right? So obviously I think we're going to see this same cooling trend in December. If you have a home to sell in December, you need to be patient with the month of December. It's just the way it is, okay? If you are not in a massive hurry, buyers are going to negotiate with you in December, okay? That's the way it is. Until about mid-January, it's just going to be a little bit more of a patient process because that's the tilt of the market. Now, I assure you this, in January and February, even if it is a little cooler than 2016 and 2015 in the marketplace, it will come back just because of what I call group think, G-R-O-U-P think. Buyers are going to return to the marketplace because they all buy at the same time. I'm going to do something at the beginning of the year, so they all return to the marketplace. Now, smart buying would be get in the market in December when it's a little bit murky and try to find a deal with the right seller, okay? But buyers don't do that. They act in a group, and because they do that, they pay for it, and it drives the interest, the market appreciation rates up a little bit. So I expect, based on what I'm seeing in the month of December, 2017 as a whole to be, kind of mild, tepid, which is going to be good for buyers. Sellers will still do well if their home is positioned well, right? That has to do with the marketing setup and how they've prepped it for sale. Good guidance will get you through that. All right, so that's it. Hope you're doing well, and I'll get you an update soon. If you like the video, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, like our videos, and share when you can. Hope you're doing great. We'll talk to you real soon.